Hi guys, pre-recorded Mark here. I hope you're all doing as well as you possibly can be at the moment. I'm really sorry that Lift can't be happening in person and that we're having to do this online again. If you have anything that you want to talk to me about, any suggestions you want to make for talks, I'm still coming visiting on a Friday afternoon. It would be great to see some of you guys around. I'm knocking on doors. I'm putting the lift sheet through first, then I'm knocking on the door, then I'm taking a couple of steps back. I'm going to have a face mask on. If you're around, it'd be great to talk to you. It'd be great to spend a few minutes just chatting and seeing how you're doing. So this week, we're looking at who the Holy Spirit is and how he helps us and the amazing gifts he gives us. Now, just before Jesus went back up into heaven, he said to his disciples, I'm going to leave you now, guys, but I'm going to send you a special gift from heaven. In a few days, I'm going to send you the Holy Spirit, and you will receive power when he arrives. Then, Jesus returned to heaven right before their eyes. His friends, they didn't really understand what he meant by these words, but on a day soon after that, they were all sat in a room trying to decide what to do next. Suddenly, the sound of a violent, rushing wind filled the house, and they saw what seemed to be tongues of fire resting on each of them. They were absolutely amazed. Then each of them began speaking in other languages they'd never studied or learned. It was incredible. They rushed out of the house that they were in and into the street. A crowd soon gathered around them at the incredible sound that they were making. Now, some people said, oh, they must be drunk. But they weren't. They were full of the Holy Spirit. In the crowd, there were people from many different nations. And to their amazement, they found that Jesus' friends were talking to them about Jesus in their own languages. Then Peter, I'm sure I've mentioned him before, the guy who denied Jesus 3 times, who liked to put his foot in his mouth quite a lot, fisherman, you heard of him? Excellent. Boldly stood up and started telling people about Jesus. What happened next was absolutely mind-blowing, because after he had spoken, 3,000 people became Christians in one go. Still, more was to follow, because the next day, Peter and the disciples went out and healed people and did some other amazing miracles. So that answers who the Holy Spirit is and how we met him for the first time. Next, we're going to think about how he helps us. So the Holy Spirit gives us power to live life. It's a bit like a petrol engine gives cars power to move. By ourselves, we are about as powerful as a bowl of lumpy custard. But filled with God's Holy Spirit, his powerhouse, we become full of God's power. When you ask him to fill you, it means he'll be with you and help you every day. But the Bible also makes it clear that it doesn't just happen once. We need to be constantly topped up, just like the car needs to be topped up with fuel. We need to get topped up as well. So how else does this help us? Well, he will help you when you're going wrong. He's your conscience. When you're feeling a bit confused about what to do, he helps you make the right decisions, make the right choices. He might use a bit of the Bible or another Christian, or sometimes you'll get something I call a holy hunch, where you don't know why it's the right thing to do, but you just know it's the right thing to do. So, now that we've covered how he helps us, lastly, we're going to think about some of the gifts he gives us. Not only does the Holy Spirit fill us with God's love, but he also gently encourages and comforts us when we need it. Life doesn't always go as we've planned, so we need his encouragement to keep going. As well as this, the Bible talks about something called the fruit of the Spirit, which are gifts that come out of us as we spend more time thinking about God and about the way Jesus lived his life. They're love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, generosity, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. So that's a brief introduction to the Holy Spirit. I hope it has made some sense. But if you have any questions, then please do ask when I come round, or you can post a question in the comment section below. As always, if you could subscribe, that would be fab, and YouTube will let you know when I've posted a new video. Okay guys, bless you all buckets. Thank you for listening, if indeed you still are.